What up, Tag Nation? It's your boy Layfield Scootaloo. And in the wise words of Jay Uso, no Mike Mahi for you then.
T.A.G.
That's tag shit.
Free fall as I die through the kaleidoscope in my mind. No rope up to climb. Gotta remind myself that I'm fine. Mama, I don't really want.
Don't you just love when technology doesn't cooperate? But hey, perfectly imperfect. What up? It's your boy Scootaloo, representing that tag. Shout out to Lil Dizzle, Jaeger Bombastic, Juggernaut 097. And I'm gonna kind of do a little quick tag, a little different. From with the scheduling and everything. If I can't give it to you nightly, I'm gonna try to give it to you possibly from Friday to Wednesday, to the windows, to the walls, to the sweat drop down. So yeah, let's talk about it. SmackDown. I will just bring like the big highlights, the big things. KO Zayn reunites. Zayn was getting stomped at. KO came out and helped. They hugged it out. Um, the finals of the Intercontinental Tournament. Drew Mack, Sheamus, winner fights Gunther, WrestleMania. Imperium was out there, of course, keep the peepers peeping on the competition. Gunther and Imperium decide to just like, no, screw all that. We're going to fight them both. Adam Pearce comes on screen and was like, you know what? You fighting them both at Mania. Triple threat. So now Gunther has to defend that IC title against Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, triple threat WrestleMania. Will Sheamus finally get that belt that has eluded him? We shall see. They also announced on SmackDown that WWE once again is doing that whole thing where they want to get as much talent on the card as possible because they're doing it both with NXT as well, and I'm gonna get there. But SmackDown announced that they're gonna do WrestleMania showcase matches. They're doing 2 fatal 4-way tag team matches. One for the men, one for the women. 2 teams from SmackDown, 2 teams from Raw. So far, I think they announced Raquel and Liv for the women. I can't remember who else. Forgive me if I forget. You will hear when we do our WrestleMania preview / predictions. But that was the main quick beats. Like the main thing was really KO and Zayn reunited, and it feels so good. Then let's jump from Friday to Monday. The show opens up with Zayn and Owens in the ring, and they're basically talking about, their friendship is a little rocky ASAP. And, at the end of the day, they love each other and they brothers. Usos come out, we don't want to hear none of that, fam. We the real brothers. We twins. We day ones. And KO was like, there's only way we could decide me and my brother versus you and your brother for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships of the Galaxy. First, I think Jimmy originally said no. And then Jay was like, you know what? This could finally rid us of our KO and Zayn problem. Let's do it. And they get into a little scuffle. Theory and Montez had a match. Theory is kind of getting these tune-up matches before he goes against John Cena. We'll see how it goes. Ford, that's just a character, man. Omos goes against Ali. Giving him tune-up matches before he goes against the Beast at WrestleMania. Logan Paul has his impulsive segment. Miz wanted to be on it. Nah, Miz. Seth Rollins comes out. Him and Seth get into a little scuffle. Eventually, of course, it keeps leading to Logan hitting his one lucky punch. And, it laid out. I think Rollins was trying to put him through the table. And I think the refs and stuff got in the way. I can't remember the exact of the scuffle, but I know it led to him hitting his one lucky punch and laying out Rollins. Dominic goes against Gargano. Dominic gets the dub. At the segment was Roman pulled up, of course, with Solo, and they had that little segment backstage, but then it led to Paul telling them, the Usos and Solo, hey, there's a private plane waiting, plenty food, mahi, everything is all on there. And they was all about to go, and then Paul was like, nah, Solo, you stay. And then that's when Jay was, no mahi for him then. Rhea comes out. Edge has a vignette popping his shit about the match, and he was like, I want you to bring out your demon fan because I want to introduce him to my devil. So could we be getting Demon? If Demon Fan comes out with black and purple face paint and doesn't win, throw the whole WrestleMania away. Throw the whole Mania away. Rhea comes out popping her shit about Charlotte. Oh, sorry. That was another segment that happened on SmackDown. Just to rewind, Rhea and Charlotte get into a little scuffle. So, Rhea comes out popping her trash. Damage Control comes out. Bayley was like, hey, you could have asked me. I would have helped you. I could have gave you some pointers on Charlotte. And Rhea was like, I don't need your help, fam. I got this. Well, Bayley was like, well, fine then. If you don't want my help, I'm going to just beat you then. So they get into a match. Eventually, Becky, Trish, and Lita comes out. Rhea gets the dub. Building up the momentum, of course, until the inevitable matches at WrestleMania. Then they showcase like the men's showcase match. And I want to say it was like Alpha Academy, Street Profits, Strowman, and Ricochet, and Viking Raiders. Those are the four men's teams for that showcase match. And don't know exactly who, like I said, other than Liv and Raquel, I don't think the three other teams were announced. Belair and Asuka has a match against Piper and Chelsea Green. Belair and Asuka get the W, and then that's when they get a little physical, just a little physical. Asuka comes out on top. They can look physical. Roman had a segment with Cody. Bars. Both of bars. Roman was like, you left because you left, started a company. They ain't even like you in your own company. Then you come back here and nobody don't even like you. It was bars. There was bars being traded on both sides. Cody was like, at the end of this, how you put it, you're going to be Roman without an empire. You're going to be chief without a tribe. It's something else he said before the chief without a tribe, but bars. Just bars. But building up to WrestleMania. So as of right now, if we're looking at Mania, if I remember all the matches, like I said, that men's showcase, women's showcase, Logan, Seth Rollins, Edge, Balor, Hell in a Cell, Miz as the host, the Usos versus Owens and Zayn for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships, Charlotte, Rhea, SmackDown Women's Championship, Bianca, Asuka, Raw Women's Championship, Gunther, Sheamus, Drew Mack for the Intercontinental, Austin Theory, John Cena, U.S. Championship, of course, Roman, Cody for the WWE undisputed championship of the Galaxy world. I think that is it. Most likely Dominic and Ray is going to be added because Dominic's going to try to stir up some trouble on Friday because the whole Mysterio family is supposed to be in attendance. I feel like there's a match I'm leaving at. Oh, Omos and Brock. And right now, it's supposed to be Bobby and Bray. But apparently they say Bray has an injury. So we don't know if Bobby and Bray supposed to still happen. But I want to say that is all the matches so far. I feel like I could be forgetting something, but I don't think I am. Yeah. So let's move on to NXT. And NXT, they're building to Stand and Deliver. Mello comes out, popping his talk, Pretty Deadly, who are the hosts for Stand and Deliver. Give Mello that beat down. Braun Breaker comes out later on in the night. It's going to be Pretty Deadly versus Mello and Braun. We got Tiffany Stratton versus Indy Hartwell to determine who's going to move on to the ladder match because Roxanne Perez is still out from her collapsing. So they're going to have a ladder match. So far, it's going to be 4, but I think they're going to add a 5th now. So far, it's going to be a 5-woman ladder match to determine who's going to be NXT Women's Champion. So Stratton, Hartwell, Stratton gets that dub. Honestly, my pick to win it. If they don't do anything with Roxanne miraculously coming back, she's going to be my pick to win because I think that I wouldn't be surprised if they was kind of grooming her and putting her in that light to be the next champion. Gallus is at that bar drinking. Creed brothers come in and was like, "Hey, yo, say fam, we want a shot." So they was playing pool. Gallus gets the dub. Then they started playing darts. Creed brothers gets the dub. Then I was like, "Fine, we could settle this and Stand and Deliver." While they was about to leave, the D'Angelo family, Tony D and Stacks, they was like, "Well, we need to talk about Stand and Deliver." They cut back later on. They all drunk. Everything is kind of wrecked in the bar. Now it's going to be a triple threat match for the tag titles. Wesley from last week, Sean told him, you get to pick 5 opponents. 4 opponents, sorry. You get to pick 4 opponents, and y'all can have a fatal 5. So Wes was talking Dragon Lee debuts on the actual show rather than being in the audience. And Wes chooses Dragon. And from that, JD Madonna comes out, popping noise, and then it leads to his match with him and Ilya. Dragon Lee was out there watching the match because JD told him to watch this. Whole kerfluffles happen. Wesley gets involved. Boom. So Wesley is like, fine, I'm adding Ilya and JD to the match. And then next week is going to be a battle royal to determine who's going to be the 5th. Most likely it's going to be Axiom because Axiom has been asking this man for the longest. Can he get in this match? Which I wouldn't be surprised if Axiom walks away new champ. Big Body Javi comes out pretending to be Johnny Gargano, popping some stuff. Johnny G comes out, beats the crap out of Big Body Javi. Challenges Grayson Waller. Hey, let's up the ante. You want to do that BS you pulled with being outside my house, all of that? How about we do a non-sanctioned match? What I'm good at. Let's go non-sanctioned. Grayson pops up on the screen saying, look, if this is what you want and this is what you want to do, you don't show up next week. You give the contract to Vic and then I'll sign it and then boom, we can have your match. But if you show up, it ain't going down. So Johnny was like, fine, beats up on Javi some more. 4th qualifier match, Lyra Valkyria versus Ivy Nile. Ivy still out of sorts because Tatum Paxley was like, deucing, I'm out of here. So Lyra gets the dub. So now, women's fatal four and women's four-way ladder match so far. We have Lyra, we have Tiffany Stratton, Zoe Stark, oh, Gigi Dolan. They're gonna have a triple threat match between Indy, Ivy, and I forgot who the other woman was. I think Sol Ruka. They're gonna have a triple threat match between them to see who will be the fifth woman. And I wouldn't be surprised if Roxanne comes back and then it's six. So we'll see. Chase U had a debate with Schism over some stuff, and Tyler Bate jumps in to help out Chase U to even the odds. And it was like, what's this debate supposed to prove? But okay, cool. But ultimately, it led to Chase U, Andre Chase, Duke Hudson, Tyler Bate, Thea Hale challenges all the Schism, Rip, Jagger, Joe, and Ava to a 4-on-4 match. Joe was like, we've already beat y'all. So no. Duke comes up, we'll put the school online. Chase looking at him like, hey, yo, say fam, and deal. So send and deliver. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. Next up, we get the main event, Pretty Deadly versus Mello and Braun. And they're kind of on this thing of we want each other at 100% type of thing. So we're trying to preserve each other. They get the dub over Pretty Deadly. And they basically stare each other down. Because I don't think it was almost contact, but they stare each other down at the end. So I think they're trying to play it pretty cool with them not touching each other until Stand and Deliver. Because they even toning down Mello's mellowness. Like he's not as cocky and brash because they're trying to treat this as a legit thing. This is going to happen. And so far for Stand and Deliver, it's getting pretty thick. Like I said, we got Schism versus Chase U for the school. We got Gallus versus Creed Bros versus Tony D'Angelo and Stacks for the tag team championships. We got Fallon and Kiana, which they've been having outlaw sorts because apparently Kiana's supposed to be so-called cheating on Brooks. It's been a whole thing. But they're going against the tag team of that's not her name, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn for the NXT Women's NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Wesley and his Fatal 5-Way. We got the main event, of course, Mello and Braun. We got the NXT Women's Ladder match. And I feel like that's all so far. I feel like it's those 6 matches. Unless I'm forgetting another one. But I think it's just those 6. Even though I feel like I just mentioned a match that I just forgot. But yes, that's all right now for Stand and Deliver. And then last night, we got that AEW Dynamite. Young Bucks get beat up in the parking lot, and it's like, oh no, the Bucks are going to the hospital. Kenny Omega's out of sorts because he got a main event against El Hijo del Vikingo. So it's like, do I stay or do I go? I did not mean to make that rhyme for bars. Do I stay or do I go? Hangman was like, I'll go. If you can't go, if you don't want to go, because you whatever, I'll go. Don Callis is back there like, yeah, land is coming together. He's back there plotting. So it's like, okay, Don Callis, you see you plotting, my guy. What you plotting on, my guy? But the show opens up Sting, Darby, Orange Cassidy versus Butcher, Blade, and Kip. Sting, Darby, Orange Cassidy gets the dub. Orange Cassidy had a little face paint. He had the OC paint on his face. They get the dub. Top Guns, the Guns has a match against Top Flight for the AEW Tag Team Championships. Guns retain. Then them boys, well, unfortunately not them boys, but them boys, the 7-star FTR, rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. 7-star FTR comes out and they was like, let's just do one more match. Austin was like, there's no reason for us to fight you. We beat you. There's nothing y'all can say that we will do that. They was like, well, how about we never challenge for the titles again? There is nothing you can say that would make us give you a match. How about we never challenge for the tag team titles again if we lose? There is nothing you can give us. He's like, well, fine. If we lose, we quit AEW. Bet. Bet. Don't know when that's going down, but bet. Jade Cargill, she's getting mad at Taya because now Taya Valkyrie has debuted, and Road to Valhalla is her version of Jaded. So Smart Mark was like, I got to cease and desist for Taya. She going to stop this. She going to cease using that move. Arguably, it was the second best match of the night, but it was just as entertaining. Stokely versus Hook in a no DQ match. Stokely forever, as you can see. Big Stokely, Big Hathaway, Big Stokely Hathaway goes against Hook, no DQ. Now, I can't remember if the firm was supposed to be banned from ringside or not. I think so, because nobody came out. And Stokely gave it an effort, E for effort, but Stokely was taking some bumps. Stokely took some bumps. I would not be surprised if Stokely would be in a full body cast next week. It would shock me if he's not in a full body cast. Shocked. But yeah, Hook handled up on Big Stokely. Adam Cole, baby, comes out, next week is gonna be his return match. And he's like, who I'm gonna face? Out comes Daniel Garcia. And Daniel Garcia was like, you gonna face me, Playboy? I'm the best professional sports entertainer. So you gonna play me. You gonna fight me, Playboy? I'm your opponent, Playboy. So Cole, Daniel Garcia next week. I think throughout the night it was revealed that it was the Blackpool Combat Club who ended up beating up the Young Bucks, which leads into Mox versus Stu Grayson. And my thing is, what's going to happen is, how far are they supposed to take this? Are they supposed to get some extra help? Because at some point, we're talking about Kenny Omega, The Elite, Hangman, and Dark Order against just Mox, Claudio, and Wheeler. Something's going to have to even up at some point. But Mox eventually handles Grayson. Dark Order immediately, they was at ringside. What they say ringside? Yeah, they was ringside. They immediately come in because they MO has been, we like to beat our opponents and give them that extra beat down. So they leave. They was like, fine, we out. Tony Storm, Sky Blue. Storm gets the dub. They tried to attack Sky Blue afterwards. Willow and Riho comes out, stops it. Main event, the dream match that did not get a chance to happen. Kenny Omega versus El Hijo del Vikingo. That damn Vikingo is a talent. Whether you into all the lucha stuff, whether you into all the flips and things like that, the talent and the coordination that man has. Nah. The moves he's pulling off, regardless of if you like that style of wrestling, or not, the talent is there. The talent is there. But Kim and Kenny had a match. Now, in my opinion, it felt like Kenny should have lost because Vikingo was beating him down, hitting him with everything. But Kenny, One Wing Angel, gets the dub. The interesting part was before the match, there was an interview backstage. You know, they were trying to ask Kenny how's he feeling about the whole thing with the Bucks, and you know, is his head still all in it? And Callis was like, "Look, this is your chance to be Kenny Omega again. This is your chance. I understand they're in the. This is your chance. I understand they're in the hospital, but this is your chance to be Kenny out again. It's your chance to go out there and do this." So after Kenny gets the dub, the BCC comes out. They beating down Kenny. Hangman eventually drives. Like they was beating the shit out of Kenny. And the BCC did something that I been waiting for people to do. They clearly see the ambulance coming, and they still like, okay, we getting our shots in. Like, take this, Kenny. They see Hangman comes out with a 2x4 with some nails in it, and they see him walking. They still like, mm, mm, mm. We're gonna just beat him down until he get here. Just hit him with the hit him with the eye, hit him with the bow, bing. And it was like, thank you. Because why they stop the beat down when the music hit and everything? Like you can still get extra kick in. But no, they just kept, we're gonna beat him. So Hangman chase him off. Callis grabs Hangman's arm, and when Hangman snatches it, Callis falls out like, oh no. And when Kenny comes to, Hangman successfully kind of chasing off BCC. Callis is pointing towards Hangman like, he hurt me. And Kenny was like, well, what you doing, Hangman? Da, 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 da. So he kind of pushes Hangman away, and him and Callis saunters off. And it's like, okay, I see where this is going to go. So at some point, Kenny probably going to, hopefully, Callis is BS and kick Callis to the curb, which, please, wrestling gods, this is your boy, ScooterRay. Please, can we make that happen? Please. I'm so tired of seeing Don Callis on the TV. He has served his role. He can just go chill in the back. He don't have to be an on-screen talent no more. It's fine. Thank you. But that was Dynamite. They're doing some building a little bit towards All Out because they don't say for sure if they're going to end up doing a fatal 4-way with the 4 pillars, but they're building. They're slowly trying to build. You can kind of see where certain beefs and things could see turn. I kind of want to know what they're going to do with the whole originals versus the Outcasts. Are they going to end up doing it in blood and guts? Are they going to just, how that's supposed to happen? I kind of want to know what's going to ultimately be this whole thing with the BCC, because with them 3 men, which 3 they're going to fight? Because are as more members, is Danielson supposed to come back? Is somebody else supposed to join? Like, I'm intrigued on what's going to happen with that as well. But that was wrestling from last Friday to Wednesday night. And I'm going to see how this works out because, if I can't do it nightly, I'm going to try to do it this way. Next week, I will try my best, since it is the go-home shows for WrestleMania with Raw and SmackDown. I will try to do my best to give you those. Same thing with NXT, go-home show for Stand and Deliver. Of course, AEW. Then, of course, WrestleMania, you know what I'm saying? We got some important things, saying that Predictions Championship is on the line. Current champion Jaeger has to defend in a fatal 4-way. He has to defend against myself, the five-time five-time champion. Let Scooter Lou. He has to defend against Lip Dizzle and Juggernaut Zero. So, and he has stand and deliver and both nights of WrestleMania. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. It's gonna be a doozy next weekend, y'all. Um, Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching. Let us know below if y'all kind of prefer this format while I group it all together and blah 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 blah. We'll see. But until then, y'all know how we do. Gotta warm it up. But until then, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, I'm Scooter Lou. Thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. And always and forever, remember to tag out. Peace.